full of makeup.
Don't regret, just reverse. Number 7's new Future Renew, with a world-first peptide technology no other skincare product has, even those that cost 10 times more. Reverse visible signs of skin damage in 4 weeks.
There once was a tree, lovingly made to look real. So real, something magical happened. It helped create very real memories. Balsam Hill.
I'm with Ben and Aaron Napier in Laurel, Mississippi, talking all about the new season of Hometown.
It's an ET exclusive.
Happening now.
For the first time, we are starting to see some of the recommendations coming out of the Public Safety Committee that was put together by the mayor and County Judge Peter Sakai. We'll take a look at recommendations made by a local district judge and how they are applying to all agencies.
Beautiful windows open kind of weather. I'll be back to talk about our temperature trend and the next big system we're watching that brings us rain chances. See you in a bit.
The holidays mean chocolate, brownies, and hot cocoa. Coming up, what Consumer Reports found when they tested a lot of products for toxic heavy metals. The news at 5 starts right now.
And we start with breaking news. Fire rescue crews responding to an oil field explosion in Dimmitt County.
Yeah, the Dimmitt County Fire and Rescue actually posted on their Facebook page around 3 this afternoon there was an explosion with reported casualties. As of right now, there is no word on what caused the explosion or how many people are injured. We'll continue to follow this on air and online. A police officer shot our city on edge. Breakdowns in communication and not enough people to do the job may be to blame. Those were just 2 of the conclusions to come out of a study into those series of shootings that alarmed San Antonio in late August.
5 officers were shot by suspects in 2 weeks back then, sparking a heated debate between the Bexar County District Attorney and the San Antonio Police Chief on what is going wrong. Eric Hernandez with what's on the recommendations list and why a local judge who was part of this review says there's plenty of blame to go around.
6 pages of recommended changes issued by District Court Judge Ron Rangel boil down to this: a need for better communication between agencies, more manpower or retention of employees, and improved technology.
I think people are starting to look at the system in a way, recognizing that there's a lot of different things that we could do to work together.
Rangel is a part of a committee put together by Mayor Ron Nirenberg and County Judge Peter Sakai after 5 officers were shot by violent repeat offenders in a 2-week span starting in late August. Rangel breaks his analysis down by department from magistration, bonds, district attorney's office, the Bexar County Jail, the judiciary, all areas he said need some improvements.
A lot of the issues are these systems, software systems that the county has, that the agencies have, that the city have, don't communicate. They don't effectively operate in a way where we can get information.
We've been asking for the list of these recommendations for weeks now. The letter from Judge Rangel to County Judge Peter Sakai was sent October 26. Sakai couldn't say why it has taken so long for KSAT to get a look at this letter, but he did agree with a lot of Rangel's input.
What we want to do is make sure that group of people that we consider violent offenders, threats to our community, are dealt with in the most effective, efficient manner.
The plan for how local leaders get there, though, isn't clear yet. Rangel's letter is just one piece of a final report. Now, that final report is expected to be released by the mayor and Judge Sakai sometime after Thanksgiving. To get a full look at all of Rangel's recommendations, you can head to our website, KSAT.com. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
School's closing down, so what's next? That's the question many teachers and staff members are asking themselves after the SAISD board voted last night to close more than a dozen schools at the end of the school year. The decision comes after a 4-month process to reallocate resources and students in the district. Teachers, staff, parents attended a heated board meeting last night to share their frustrations with the so-called right-sizing plan. The San Antonio Alliance of Teachers, the union that oversees SAISD workers, says no teachers or staff will lose their jobs.
The district will be offering monetary bonuses to staff who are at impacted campuses. In many cases, staff will get to follow the students to the campus that students are going to, but they will also get the opportunity to move to other places.
The San Antonio Alliance said they will be active in the transition process. They're already visiting impacted schools to speak with some of those members.
Meanwhile, Harlandale ISD and South San Antonio ISDs have already made up their minds to close schools this year. And in less than an hour, Edgewood ISD will decide the future of 2 more schools. Trustees will vote on whether to close Wren Middle School and Winston Intermediate School of Excellence, also known as WISE. The recommendations to close those schools part of what Edgewood is calling its Rethink Redesign initiative. The vote's scheduled to happen during tonight's 6 o'clock board meeting. We're going to be live streaming that meeting on our website, KSAT.com. And if the board approves, both schools close next year.
For the second time in 2 months, the nation on the brink of a government shutdown. Congress expected to vote on a short-term spending bill introduced by newly elected Speaker Mike Johnson. That plan requiring 2/3 majority to pass in the House. The unconventional bill dividing funding into 2 parts. It keeps agencies like Veteran Affairs, Transportation, and Housing going until January. The rest of the government functioning until February.
We are not going to have a massive omnibus spending bill right before Christmas. This allows us as conservatives to go into the fight on the next stages of this.
If the continuing resolution passes, it goes to the Senate next. If it makes it through that hurdle, it will land on President Joe Biden's desk.
New safe spaces for elementary students on the west side of San Antonio. They were built for comfort and for calm. These are called Peace Corners. They're at Margill Elementary School. It's filled with books about emotion. It has comfortable seating and even an emotion chart for kids to track their feelings. It was developed by a nonprofit organization, Communities and Schools of San Antonio. The nonprofit adds these Peace Corners as well in Uvalde ISD.
We've used this in many campuses, and when we first supported Uvalde right after the traumatic event, the first thing we did was put Peace Corners into the schools in the summer because we know how important it is to have a space for our kids to feel safe.
Now, these Peace Corners were made possible by a $4,000 donation from San Antonio marketing group, CE Group.
Check out traffic right now. We're going to start at 281 and 410 and kind of do a little look around the city. But you can see the ramp from 281 to Loop 410. Very slow going. Not all that unusual for this time of day. I-10 and Frio also a backup, especially on the eastbound lanes of I-10 as it heads towards downtown. And I-35 and 410. You can see also a slowdown here. No major traffic accidents to tell you about. These are just the hot spots where traffic tends to slow down this time of day.
Outside right now, beautiful. Feeling like fall out there, low humidity. We'll have mornings in the 50s, some afternoons in the 70s. Tomorrow's going to be a lot like what we had today. We'll start the day tomorrow at 50 degrees. By noon, we're at 70 and then 76 for the high temperature. For the most part, we're in the 70s, at least in and around San Antonio. However, you get along the Rio Grande, we've got some extra clouds and temperatures are a bit lower. I'll be back to talk about our temperature trend, how long this windows open kind of weather lasts, and the next big system we're watching currently in the Pacific Ocean that will be affecting us by this weekend and into next week. I'll see you in a bit.
Thank you, Adam. Hot cocoa, cakes, candy bars, chocolate, part of the holidays. But before you indulge, there's something to consider. Consumer Reports just tested dozens of chocolate products and found what it calls concerning levels of lead or cadmium. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz has the results.
Just what's in your chocolate? Consumer Reports last year found most dark chocolate bars it tested contained concerning levels of cadmium or lead, both toxic heavy metals. Now CR is at it again, expanding its test to 48 more products, including dark chocolate bars, milk chocolate bars, chocolate chips, cocoa powder, hot chocolate mixes, even brownie and cake mixes.
As we expected, dark chocolates tended to have higher levels of heavy metals than milk chocolate. but everything that we tested had detectable amounts of lead and cadmium.
There are no federal limits for lead and cadmium in most foods, but one state does have some limits.
Consumer Reports scientists use the California standards when measuring heavy metal content in chocolate, and we made our own assessments for consumers.
Here's what they found. 5 out of 7 dark chocolate bars were above CR's levels for lead, cadmium, or both. Evolved Signature Dark 72% Cacao Chocolate Bar was high in both. Evolved told CR that it regularly tests raw materials and finished goods to ensure compliance and safety. Milk chocolate, none of those was over the limits. But 2 chocolate chips, 2 cocoa powders, 1 brownie mix, and 2 cake mixes came back with lead levels over CR's limit. As for hot chocolate mixes, 4 of the 6 tested exceeded CR's lead limit.
So what's a chocolate lover to do? CR says there's no need to quit cold turkey, but as with most everything, moderation is key. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Looking ahead to our next edition of Know My Neighborhood, we're heading out to Alamo Ranch. We'll be looking at the history of the neighborhood and the challenges for the people who live and work there. The growing pains they're feeling. Know My Neighborhood Alamo Ranch airs right here live from the neighborhood tomorrow on the news at 6.
Still ahead, the 4 items seeing higher prices this Thanksgiving season and what you can do about it to save money.
But first, how many people in our city are living with diabetes and what you can do to prevent it?
I'm Myra Arthur here in the newsroom, and here's what we're working on for the news at 6 o'clock today. Should San Antonio have more city council members? And should those council members get paid more? Those questions could be on your ballot next year. We'll tell you about those and some other ideas the mayor has asked a commission to now consider. Plus, violent crime is down in San Antonio, but San Antonio Fire Department EMS is feeling the opposite. In a 2-part series, KSAT Investigates was given exclusive access to training and a ride-along with a medic officer as they respond to calls for violence. Part 1 of this story is coming up today at 6:30. And 2 local law enforcement officers arrested within 1 week on domestic violence charges. We explain why those charges led to different disciplinary outcomes. That and more coming your way today on the news at 6.
Thank you, Myra. Today is World Diabetes Day, and according to UT Health San Antonio, more than 16% of San Antonians have diabetes.
Max Massey shows us how little lifestyle changes can make a big difference in being diagnosed with diabetes.
Fast food. You know, we do construction, so it's like no good time to have a good meal, but you got to make that an important thing in your life.
Jeff Cubbage is like so many in and around our community, grabbing food on the go. That is, until 2 years ago.
I knew something was wrong. You kind of feel like it's old age maybe, or, you know, getting older.
That's when Jeff and his wife saw the doctor and both were diagnosed with diabetes.
It wakes you up.
Jeff is now one of the hundreds of thousands of people here locally fighting this disease.
The problem with diabetes here in San Antonio is tremendous. The prevalence of diabetes in the United States is about 10%. Here in San Antonio it's over 16%, which means that 1 out of 6 people have diabetes.
So why is this such a ubiquitous issue?
It is environmental, diet, hereditary, sedentary, and also close to the border where our sibling country of Mexico also has a very high prevalence of diabetes.
Diabetes, obviously a pervasive issue around the country and around San Antonio, but there are lifestyle changes like taking the stairs that can do so much for your health. And on top of living a more healthy lifestyle, think about what you eat. Obviously, vegetables, starchy.
The message is that diabetes and obesity are the 2 greatest pandemics of our lifetime. So they go hand in hand. When you start gaining weight, your sugar starts going up. So when you lose weight, your sugar starts coming down.
The doctor told me 80% of the patients with diabetes, they're either overweight or obese. And that's why it is so important to control your weight. Exactly what Jeff has done.
Well, I probably lost 50 or 60 pounds.
And of course, Jeff has a message for anyone watching, especially those who are watching who may be hesitant to go see a doctor.
I felt the same way, and I would 100% encourage you to go get your A1C and checked out, because it will change your life.
Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
Are you ready? Thanksgiving just a little more than a week away, and despite inflation slowing down, many shoppers still feeling the effects of higher food prices. Turkey, fresh cranberries, sweet potatoes are all down this year in price. That's great. But ham, canned cranberries, and russet potatoes are seeing prices at an all-time high.
For shoppers, every time they go into a supermarket, it is still sticker shock. Keep in mind that this year, over last year, prices are up about 2.4%. But that's on top of the 11.4% from the year before that.
All right, so how do we save money? Well, experts say stick to the shopping list. Retailers will offer discounts to try to get you into the store so you can buy additional items which you may not need right away. Stick to the list.
That's tough.
It's tough.
It's okay, we don't need the cranberries anyway, in my opinion.
Really?
Yes.
It is kind of a tradition, but
it is.
I don't really.
I do a really nice one from scratch.
Oh, there you go.
Well, see, then you don't care about canned cranberries.
I don't.
You're getting them right out of the Ursula garden.
That's right.
Okay.
Add a little mandarin orange.
You know, we all have our preferences for Thanksgiving, right? And one of mine that I pass on is always the cranberries. Anyway, let's talk weather and our weather headlines going forward. Keep the windows open. It's a windows open kind of weather. The spring-like feel continues. Our next chance of rain comes Sunday, but don't get your hopes too high. We'll look at that next system in a moment. First, our temperature trend. Notice our high temperatures the next several afternoons. We're in the 70s. Average high is 72. We're going to be generally in the mid 70s and then dropping into the lower 70s by this weekend. And into next week, we could actually see some high temperatures dip down into the 60s behind the next weather maker that we're watching. So let's talk about it and our overall weather pattern. The active weather, some of the rain that we had a few days ago, that active weather is over Louisiana and New Orleans, that dip in the upper level flow. That's moving away from us. And what we're watching is this big, broad swirl over the Pacific Ocean. You'll see it's thrown some shower activity into Northern California and even Oregon, parts of the Pacific Northwest. This big, broad system, it's going to change a little bit, but it's going to be slowly moving eastward into the lower 48 and even impacting our weather a little bit by the end of the weekend and early next week. Big, broad, upper low pressure system. These are good dynamic systems and typically good weather makers. I just don't think we'll really tap into a whole lot of the moisture and rainfall potential with it. And you look at one of our computer models for rainfall potential. This needs to update. Come on, buddy. Don't do this to me. Anyway, what this should depict is it's slowly coming in, most of it being far to the east of our area. I don't anticipate a whole lot of rainfall in and around San Antonio. There it is for you. Better late than never, right? So notice how most of that rainfall potential, parts of East Texas and up toward Dallas, Bryan as well, and then along the Gulf Coast away from us in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. Around here, we're talking a 20% chance Sunday and a 20% chance on Monday. So a good dynamic system, unfortunately not so dynamic for us here in our neck of the woods. 72 degrees, the dew point of 46. Oh, that nice crisp fall-like air with that lack of mugginess. It just feels so inviting outside. Weather watchers generally in the 70s. Maiko 72 along with New Braunfels, Bulverde at 71, Bernie at 70. Off to the west, though, we still have some 60s, and that's because of the thicker clouds that have really held tight right along the Rio Grande here. So Ozona 59, 66 in Del Rio, Eagle Pass at 64. Under the sun, we've got the 70s, but I do think we'll all be cooling down to near 50 by sunrise tomorrow morning. 7 a.m., 50 degrees. Then by noon, we're already up to 70. So it's that time of year where you have to dress in layers. You may want the long sleeves early, but then by lunchtime, you can have short sleeves, sunny and 70. High temperature of 76. We'll hit that around 3 and 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Elsewhere, Castroville 77, along with Bandera, Canyon Lake 75 for the high, Seguin and Converse in the mid-70s. Morning temperature trend is going to remain very similar. Near 50 degrees the next few days, and then lower 50s, that we could dip down into the upper 40s by Sunday morning. The afternoon high temperatures, as we showed you earlier, in the 70s, and then even sneak peek ahead to Thanksgiving. It's a little far away, but we could be talking real fall-like feel with highs in the 60s. How about that?
That is some good weather right there. Thank you so much.
All right, so I tend to want to say Bernie and Laverne, but it's Bernie and Lavernia.
Yes, you have to get that extra one in.
Got to get that in there. Yeah.
Yes, it's a good time of year for weather to get out and practice and avoid the heat. And our big game coverage game of the week kicks off in 3 days. It's Bernie and Lavernia. We'll check in with the Bears amid their preparations. Plus, 2 rookies with insane abilities hit the court tonight in Oklahoma City. Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren. Preview of the matchup ahead. The area round of the high school football postseason kicks off this week, and our game of the week on Friday will be live here on KSAT 12 between Bernie and Lavernia. Yesterday, we heard from last year's Class 4A Division I state runners-up, the Bernie Greyhounds, as they look to, well, win it all this year. On the other side, the Bears advanced past the first round with a 35-14 win over Toulouse Midway and entering the matchup with an impressive 9-2 overall record. Lavernia knows what it's up against facing Bernie, but the Bears are confident they are ready to build off of last year's second round exit.
Last year, it was a special year. You know, we got new coaches, and we rambled off like eight wins in a row, I think, and it was just a great experience. But winning a game in the playoffs, getting to the second round, but this year we're looking to make a run.
Last year didn't end how we wanted it to, but just the experience we gained. We were a pretty young team last year, and now we're pretty experienced this year.
It's a pretty good feeling. You know, it's always hard to get in the playoffs. There's a lot of teams that didn't, so special being one of the teams that did.
That's right. Just 32 teams remain in contention for the 4A D1 championship. You can watch the full game between Bernie and Lavernia here on KSAT 12 at 7 o'clock from Comalander Stadium this Friday. The first meeting on the big stage between Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren was a preseason game, and tonight we get to see the 2 early Rookie of the Year favorites match up in the regular season. Meanwhile, both Spurs and Thunder are looking for their first in-season tournament wins. Wembanyama enters the game averaging about 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 2.5 assists and blocks. The rookie will be key in slowing down an OKC team that has won 3 of their last 4 games.
It's someone we got to keep in mind in offense because he's a shot blocking threat and also a lob threat, you know, and so it's somebody we got to keep in mind in the pair of him and Shea. It's gonna be hard to handle, but we're gonna do, you know, we gotta make it work.
The first of 4 meetings between the 2 teams tip off in about an hour, and we'll recap the action tonight on the Night Beats.
It'll be interesting to see if the Spurs can bounce back in this game.
Yes, they need to. Well, you know, they're learning.
Yeah, thanks, Mary.
We'll be right back. Thanks so much for watching the news at 5 with us.
We'll see you back here at 6. World News is up next.